Fish, 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 fish. Which side do you want me on, Jim?
I'll bring him over to your side.
Musky hunters are pretty savvy at locating muskies and focus on finding the hot lure to catch them. However, it's often understanding how to manipulate the lure to trigger a strike that can make your day. In this two-part episode, first, Jim Saric and musky guru Bob Turgeon discuss methods to trigger strikes during a cold front. Then Jim and musky hunter Scott Schuster cycle through a variety of lures while fishing among a pack of suspended muskies.
When somebody catches a big muskie, the first question is always, what'd you catch it on? And lures are certainly important. It's not only the lure itself though, it's also when do you fish that bait and what particular spot and that particular situation, and how do you manipulate that bait to trigger a strike. And I'm with my good friend, musky guru Bob Turgeon. And Bob, you tinker with baits all the time, but you also know, hey, you gotta trigger them. Give me one tip for everybody, how do you trigger musky strikes?
Yeah, forget the magic bait theory. There is no magic bait, as we know, right? Look at the big picture, match the right tool for the situation, and learn what the tools will do. Start viewing the lures as a tool, put the right one in the right place at the right time, muskies.
The Musky Hunter, brought to you by Yeti Coolers, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Ontario, Canada, Shimano, Power Pro, Mercury Outboards, Ranger Boats, Motor Guide, Musky Frenzy Lures, and Chaos Tackle.
Out here, you need a ride you can depend on and strength you can rely on. You need a boat that tackles the elements and handles the tackle. You need the quality and peace of mind only one brand delivers, the all-new Ranger FS Pro. It's raising the bar with more brains, more brawn, and more bragging rights. The Ranger FS Pro Series, technology that makes waves, strength that crushes them.
As musky anglers, we all plan, prepare, and are consumed in the pursuit of a trophy muskie. Skix is available with two-piece saltwater-tested tough technology for easy storage in your boat or truck and are designed to handle any musky lure. You can be assured you're backed by precision Shimano technology. If you fish for skis, you need these.
It's early fall, we've got some pretty good looking conditions, cloudy skies, and when that happens, a lot of times you want to get shallow, and so we're covering some shallow water. We're mixing it up with kind of a 1-2 punch with the bucktail and a minnow bait, trying to figure out what type of cover these fish are relating to, and if they're up on top of the flats, which hopefully they are in these overcast skies, or are they dropped off the break a little bit more. So part of it is fishing different elements, seeing what's there, and also changing baits and trying to see, are they up on top or maybe they on the break.
So I'm working a little glider here, a little round nose glider by Kodiak, softtail model. And that can be a really effective bait for triggering fish under tough conditions, and especially in calmer water conditions because it's a little more subtle. And there's a little bit of a lost art of working the glider. The way I do it is just your light taps and mixing up your cadence a little bit. 1, 1, 2, 3. You want to have it a little bit erratic. If you're working a glider and it's coming in a totally just slow, cadence with no variety, you tend to get follows on it but not strikes. You'll just like you've just hypnotized the fish. So throwing some erratic action in there is what's going to get a fish to actually trigger and bite. You want to have a little slack in the line after you pull to give that glider a chance to work to the side. No slack, no glide.
One behind it.
Oh yeah, good one. Sped up.
Oh. He like stopped, you see that?
Yeah, he just swam over and
He like opened his mouth.
yeah,
But he
didn't have it.
never grabbed it. No,
Yeah.
he like I was waiting for the
Right,
feel of anything and
right. Fish, got him. Oh! Hit in front of it, get me off.
we went from having some humidity and a southwest wind blowing like crazy, then it laid down. Now air temperatures have dropped 10 to 15 degrees, winds come out of the northwest. I initially think I gotta slow down today,
Yeah,
you know.
downside. I mean, here I'm totally downsizing and slowed down. So keep it in their face, give them that small morsel, and hopefully we'll get that reaction we're looking for, which is.
Fish! Yes! Oh yeah. Got him! Woo! Wow, this wind is nuking in here.
Oh, it's crazy hard. Ripping a minnow bait on the rocks and just crushed it. What a beautiful fish. Look at that. See ya. Woo! Rocking. Nice job.
Like it.
I have two different styles of glider jerkbaits in front of me. Both of them are extremely effective. I've got a round nose glider here, and this is a tap dancer, which is what's called a drop belly jerkbait. You can see how the belly drops down, and that's what they call it. Now, both of them are very effective, but I use them in different situations. The round nose glider traditionally has that glide, that side to side glide that you traditionally see. It's very effective in lots of situations. When I need to fish slower, you know, I can in fall or spring or even summer when I need that bait for the big glide and long pause, this thing is great. Now, if I want to fish something really fast, very, very erratic, sometimes even in shad-based lakes, that's where the drop belly is extremely effective because it has a shorter glide, it has much more wobble and flash to it, it has a more erratic cadence, and because of that, it makes this bait a little bit better for triggering strikes at speed. On any given day when you're on the water, you're going to try both and see what works. But generally, when you need speed, go with the tap dancer, the drop belly style. On other situations, when you want to go longer pulls, cold water, post funnel conditions, stick with the round nose, and it'll get it done.
The great beyond, the great below, the mystery of the unseen and the unknown. With a rod and a reel, and the spirit of adventure that hangs in the salty air. To find and to fight. It's with that spirit that we design our product at Worldwide Sportsman. It's up to you to put it to the test.
Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. The V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. The V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
As musky anglers, we all plan, prepare, and are consumed in the pursuit of a trophy muskie. Skix is available with two-piece saltwater-tested tough technology for easy storage in your boat or truck and are designed to handle any musky lure. You can be assured you're backed by precision Shimano technology. If you fish for skis, you need these.
Introducing the all-new Tour Series, the only true cable steered trolling motor with GPS anchor. With the impact breakaway and rugged metal outer column you need, the Zero Flex metal foot pedal you want, and traditional cables that provide smooth, responsive steering. All built with the industry's most powerful lift assist system, truly universal high-definition integrated sonar imaging, and the industry's most accurate pinpoint GPS anchor. Now that's tournament grade. That's Motor Guide Tour.
Ontario, Canada. The breathtaking scenery, the incredible wildlife, the endless sunsets, and the muskies. Ontario, Canada is home to the greatest musky waters in the world, and giant muskies are awaiting your next cast. Ontario, Canada, where musky dreams come true.
Luke Fromm from Bloomer, Wisconsin, caught and released this 51-inch muskie from a Wisconsin river. So the clouds have totally disappeared and it is bright sun, and with the bright sun has come the big wind. So we were working some brake line stuff that was easier. Now that it's so windy, we're gonna kind of fish some spots where the wind is just crashing up against the rocks, shorelines, points, islands, and see if we can't get something to go.
So right now I'm throwing a big minnow bait, and it's a perfect bait for the conditions we have right now. I can get it out there. I have a number of options. I can twitch it, I can straight reel it, and over big rocks in big wind, you can run it and it'll just tick a rock and you pause a little bit, give it a little rip, and so many times a muskie will come and hit it right after it makes contact with a rock and just smashes it, because when they're up on those wind-blown rocks, they're there to do business.
Fish. All right. All right. Feels like a good one.
Feels like
A muskie anyways. Gotta keep us off the rocks here, Bob.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay. Oh.
Easy.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have to like, oh, no. Oh,
You ready?
hold on. Just on this side of you. Hold on. I got him, yeah!
Yes.
Giant!
Woo! Banging rocks over here, windy, wind-blown point. Classic stuff. Big minnow bait, and just tick, 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 and wham! Got him. Oh, that is fun. This thing just absolutely hammered it. And it is
A giant. Give me a hand with that.
Look at that one.
Look at that.
That
girl.
one. Wow.
Look at the head on that thing.
Wow.
Thick, long, heavy, everything you want. Oh, you gotta love it when a plan comes together, Jim.
Absolutely, buddy.
Off it goes, slipped out. She didn't want to stick around long, and that's okay. She showed up for the party. That's what matters.
Yes.
Woo! Slimy high five.
Oh. You can breathe.
Yeah. Well, now you get the big fish, you know the big fish.
Yeah, I do.
It's like, it's just
adrenaline,
like that.
yeah.
Adrenaline and, all right, settle down and fish again. That's the hard part. You're all jacked up and you're like, oh, you just want to burn stuff. And you know, it's like, settle down. Okay, let's fish.
If you watch the show, you know I love to fish bucktails. It's one of my favorite ways to catch muskies. And to do it, you need the right equipment to make it easy because these big blades pull. So I am using a 9.5-foot Shimano Skix extra heavy rod, and this rod allows me to make giant casts super far and great figure eights. But also, one of the keys to this system to retrieving these big blades is having the right reel. I use the lower speed Tranx 400, the Shimano Tranx 400 with a 5/8-to-1 gear ratio. However, I put this big power handle on it, the Shimano power handle, on this lower speed reel. What this allows me to do, it allows me to crank in those big blades that pull really, really hard. If you have the combination of this Tranx reel with this power handle on this 9.5 Skix rod, you have the ultimate bucktail setup.
The great beyond, the great below, the mystery of the unseen and the unknown. With a rod and a reel, and the spirit of adventure that hangs in the salty air. To find and to fight. It's with that spirit that we design our product at Worldwide Sportsman. It's up to you to put it to the test.
Ontario, Canada. The breathtaking scenery, the incredible wildlife, the endless sunsets, and the muskies. Ontario, Canada is home to the greatest musky waters in the world, and giant muskies are awaiting your next cast. Ontario, Canada, where musky dreams come true.
Out here, you need a ride you can depend on and strength you can rely on. You need a boat that tackles the elements and handles the tackle. You need the quality and peace of mind only one brand delivers, the all-new Ranger FS Pro. It's raising the bar with more brains, more brawn, and more bragging rights. The Ranger FS Pro Series, technology that makes waves, strength that crushes them.
At Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. The V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. The V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
It's time for the Yeti Tough Moment. Musky anglers are often in search of that secret lure that will magically trigger strikes. Unfortunately, finding that hot lure is like capturing the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Catching muskies requires an understanding of when to switch lures and how to manipulate a lure to convert followers into strikers. Following muskies make for great stories, but catching giant muskies make for much better pictures. Now that's Yeti tough.
It is late spring, but it feels like midsummer. It is 80 degrees out here, super warm. I can't remember the last time I've been in the water this early in the season when it feels so hot. I'm with my good friend Scott Schuster. Scott, we're gonna go fish the basin out here because these fish are post-spawn, but man, I don't know what to think about these conditions.
Yeah, you'd think you're in the middle of Africa right now with the temperature, both the water and the air, but the fish haven't had that for too long. We got to figure out if they're high or they're low and what we can trigger them with.
I agree, man. We're just gonna go out there and beat them up. Now the sun's higher in the sky, but it's obviously cloudy, and as we come into kind of a late morning situation, what we're noticing, we had a lot of fish moving and chasing baits, and a lot of them are really high in the basin. They're in the top 5 to 6 foot. So, you know, Scott's been playing around with the Poseidon. He's throwing a stagger blade. I've been throwing a round nose glider, trying to keep baits higher in the water column as we're getting fish to follow. Now it's a question of keep circling the area, mixing up baits, trying to make them bite. Attaboy. Coming. Coming.
There we go. That's great.
Oh, that was
Nice
awesome.
job. I tell you, I picked up the speed after you were raising them all. A couple of quick twitches with that tap dancer. Great fish. Let's let her go. See ya. Nice job, Jim.
Good job, man.
Honestly, you gave me the right lure and the cadence, so.
So we've been, you know, switching up using a glider. I've had a lot of fish follow this round nose glider, but they've been following it slow. And so Scott went and put this tap dancer on and started fishing it really, really fast. Similar color, a lot more speed, and trigger to strike. Sometimes it's just a question of changing up the cadence, picking up the speed, and getting the bite.
That's great. There's one, there's one, there's one. That's a good one, that's a good one.
Oh, he's off.
Oh,
Oh.
that was a good one.
On the Shadowlack, you know, these fish have been suspended up high, and that fish just came up and ate like about 10 feet from the boat. Oh. No. Ha, it's a little one. No, I don't need that.
That's great.
I just saw the flash. Absolutely. Nice.
Nice work.
I'll take him.
There you go.
See ya.
Nice job. You were zinging yours in a little bit faster.
Yeah, I was keeping the pace up. You know, I'm not fishing it slow. I'm definitely keeping it where it's moving quick. And then that figure eight, I was whipping it around there.
Right.
Oh,
Gosh.
oh, you got just
my
crushed.
Gosh, that was a tank. You see that?
Oh, look at the scale.
God.
You know, look at the front. I wonder if you snagged him, like if he swiped at it. Yeah, like yeah, I bet.
He had so much power. I bet I snagged him.
Yeah, he must have just like darted on it and just swiped at it, right?
Because I could hardly. Do you see me? I
Yeah.
almost pulled me in the water.
Yeah. He took you down. Today is a totally different day, Scott. We've got rain coming and rain showers popping in, but it is hot and muggy again, which is awesome. So you sticking with the same bait? What's your plan?
Yeah, I think with as many fish as we raised yesterday, it'd be silly not to. So I'm going to stick with it. And I think what we got to do is have you find out if the fish are going on this or something different, don't you think?
I'm in. I'll be the guinea pig.
Love it. There's one.
I don't see him.
He was right on it. That was a 40-incher eating his tail. He's right there. See him?
Came back.
Shorter
Oh,
than the one
he went that way.
What?
He just went that way.
You see him?
Yeah. He was up by the trolling motor and then he just took off. So one thing when you're fishing the basin and we've got totally different conditions, and one of the things I like to do is that we've got a bunch of fish located in a particular portion of the basin, so I keep changing the casting angle where I know where the fish are and I'll go out on one side, cast in, spin the boat around, cast them from another angle. And it's flat calm out, so it's really easy to do that. So by using my GPS and just working around and casting the different angles, we're getting lots of fish moving. It's almost like there's a pack of fish out here just off the break line or in open water. So think about changing that casting angle. That will really help.
Fish. Which side do you want me on, Jim?
I'll bring him over to your side.
Okay. I'm ready for you when you're ready. It's a tiger, isn't it?
I'm not sure. It's a pretty marked fish.
Right. There you go. Nice fish, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Good job. On the walking raider. Top water in the rain, flat, calm, warm. When the fish are high in the basin, they'll eat it. Doesn't matter if it's 30 foot, 40 foot, they'll eat it. Little guy, but all good. Yeah, awesome. He is gonna go in a hurry because he's full of so much energy. When it comes to lure selection, make sure you think about what's the best tool for the best situation at that particular time. And when you are fishing a bait, manipulate it, work it, try to trigger a strike. Join us next week for another Big Fish adventure on the Musky Hunter.
There's one.
Fish! Yes!
Oh, you see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's off.
Got him!
And wham!
Look at the head on that thing.
The Musky Hunter has been brought to you by these fine sponsors.
We can rebuild him.
We can rebuild him.
No.
It's like a pit stop in NASCAR.
Learning the characteristics. something.
You got jacked.
I got jacked. Okay, we're all good.
That doesn't.
No, I mean.
Oops. Wrong species.